Hello, everybody. It's all about cellulite today. So you do not want to miss this show because 95% of you have cellulite. You are not alone, my friends. So I'm going to let you guys start coming on. Hi, everybody. Hello. You ever had one of those days where it's just like, it just is not easy. Things just, happen. So if you look at my nose, I actually injured my nose yesterday, right before I had like a little tiny meltdown. And because I was supposed to be filming content yesterday. So I pulled something out of the cupboard, landed right on my nose. And so I've been trying to put some makeup on it, which if you saw my live with making up for gloss time, you know that makeup is not my forte. So it's been a bit of a morning. So I apologize for being a little bit late, but we are talking about cellulite today, you guys. Yeah. Oh no, that's right. I'm trying not to like freak out about it, but if you're a company, if you're on here and you're a company that I owe you content, there's been a delay. There's been like a little delay. Okay. I don't think you want me making skincare content for you with this. But we're talking cellulite today. And that is, 95% of us. So there's two schools of thought, right? There's the schools of thought that say like, 95% of us have it. Let's get over it. Put on your Daisy Dukes and strut your stuff. I'm in that school of thought, but I'm also in the school of thought that if there are things that can, decrease the appearance of it, and you have the knowledge to do that, and it's going to change how you strut your stuff in your Daisy Dukes, I say we do it. That's my thought. So I do a little bit of both. I accept what I need to accept because yes, I am in the 95% that has cellulite, but I also call on so many other things to help make it a lot less noticeable. So first, before we go, I want to just say, if you want to be in the drawing, you just invite your 3 people. It's a little arrow down there. And when I post this to my regular feed, then you comment away. And also you can post, tag your 3 friends there. I kind of want to close this. Yeah, it's been one of those mornings, you guys. It's been one of those mornings. But that's okay. Let's see if I can get this closed. Nope, not that one. That one I want to close. Okay. Hi, everybody. Okay, you guys, my Instagram has exploded. So if you saw my story yesterday, I was in bed at 5:30. I damaged my nose. Went to bed at 5:30, laid on a grounding mat, red light therapy masks on. I watched a movie, Mother, with J-Lo, because, she was a badass mom in there. And so I'm like, you know what? I need to pull on some inspiration. So I feel much better today, but love that you have the fascia blaster. Okay, we're going to talk about the fascia blaster because I'm not a giant fan. I'm sorry, I'm not a giant fan. Okay, first let's just talk about cellulite. This is cellulite. I have some beef with the people who make these charts because this is what they call healthy skin. So this is our fat. This is our epidermis. You've got these bands that connect the muscle with the top layer of skin, right? This is healthy. This is not unhealthy skin. If 95% of us have this, it's not unhealthy. So somebody needs to make some corrections here. We don't have unhealthy skin. What we have is we have tighter bands here, and when our adipose tissue, when we gain weight, we add fat. What happens is with age, the bands, just like all of the connective tissue on our bodies, when we age, gets tighter. You might notice that you have to stretch yourself a little bit more. You're not as limber as you were when you were younger. Well, the same things happen inside. So all of this connective tissue becomes tighter as we age. So 2 things happen. Connective tissue becomes tighter as we age, and our adipose tissue, our fat cells, grow normally with fluctuations of hormones as our metabolism kind of dips. So this is what happens. But it's not unhealthy. It's a normal process, okay? And 95% of women have it. The 5% who don't, you know, when you make the comment like, I don't have any cellulite, congratulations. That's just know that you're not the majority. And so here we are. They come up with like different grades. Does it really matter what the grade is? If you have cellulite and you are uncomfortable with it, it doesn't matter if you've got grade 2, grade 3. Some people with grade 3, where it's visible cellulite, whether or not they're sitting down or not, they have no problem strutting their stuff and they don't give a damn about their cellulite. Great. But if you're not one of those people, if it changes what you do with your day, if it makes you not wear your favorite mini skirt, I say let's address it. Again, healthy skin with cellulite, it doesn't have to do with health. Does not have to do with health, okay? So shame on you guys. But I do want to tell you it's more common in women. And the reason is because our fibrous bands go straight up and down. So when our fat cells accumulate with age, you're gonna get that mattress effect a little bit more than a man whose fibrous tissues are crisscrossed. This is why females have more cellulite. But I guarantee you guys, just from, taking a poll, men don't care so much about your cellulite. They care about your shape. They care about your personality. If you're in a bikini, the last thing that they're looking at is your cellulite. Okay, so a lot of that is in our heads, but again, there are things to do. So without further ado, I want to announce the winner from yesterday, who won yesterday. This is my brain today. Last week, who won the glycolic glow treatment. That is at iBarony. So I'm going to reach out to you. If you guys have a private account, I can't really reach out and get your email. So if you hear your name here at iBarony, you just won this. I'll stick this in the mail to you. Get me your address. Okay. Moving on, we're going to talk about what are the treatments that I have been using for years. And yes, I do have cellulite. I actually wore these shorty shorts today. This is not my normal attire. I don't go out like this, but I did want to show you because I've had people say, there's no way you have cellulite. Trust me, you guys, there is cellulite. There's cellulite, and there's cellulite when I don't even squeeze it together. Now, this is 1 week post microneedling my knees. So if you missed that live, make sure you check that out, the microneedling of the knees. So I'm still kind of recovering from that because I did go super deep. So I'm going to stand back. I'm just going to show you. Oh my God, I've got like hazards all over this place. So I have like some little spots still, but a lot of that is, kind of recovering from a rash too, from a body cover up that I use when I travel and need to be in a bathing suit. So there's no broken skin anymore, nothing like that. I'm back to my normal treatments in terms of red light therapy and glycolic acids and retinoids and all that. So we're gonna start with the creams because, there's a lot of money that's wasted on these creams. Do they work? Yes, minimally. So I'm not saying don't do them. Like with most things, when we're trying to treat it, if we're trying to treat fine lines and wrinkles, we're not just only using retinoid. We're using red light therapy. We're using radio frequency. We're using microcurrent. The best treatments combined different types of modalities, right? For those of you who are just coming on, yes, I did injure my nose. So what's your age? Just started following you. I'm 55 and I am absolutely freaking loving being in my 50s. I really am. I love what I'm doing right now. I feel like this is my second half of my life. I feel great. I feel like I'm optimally healthy. I've got my shit together. Any benefit to red light therapy and inner thighs? Oh my God, we're going to get to that. We are going to get to that. Okay, without further ado. Let's talk creams. So when you're looking for a cream, you're looking for cellulite, you want to treat cellulite and you're looking for a cream, you want something that has caffeine in it. And the reason is because caffeine, just like when I talked about your bags under your eyes, I did a whole live on younger looking eyes. And if you suffer from bags under your eyes, Glow Up Community UK, you are awesome for helping me answer these questions, because I got a lot to get over today, get through today, and it just really helps me out. So I see you. I totally appreciate you. Okay, so when we're talking about creams, you want to look for something that has caffeine in it. This is one of my favorites. This is by Biossance. I'm really bad at pronouncing things, but it's a body toning, and the reason why they're doing that is because it has caffeine in it, and when you're working with caffeine, what it does is the same thing when it depuffs, it acts as a diuretic in that area. So anytime that we're bringing this down, I wish I had a better picture. Let me see if I have a better picture. One of these days I'm gonna get like a big whiteboard and we'll really get into it. I don't think I have a better picture. Dang it. When we're bringing this down, this little mattress thing, when we're bringing this down, we're acting as a diuretic and we're decreasing the volume here. The valley in the cellulite is gonna be a lot less, right? Not a lot less, but a little bit less. So that's when we're using caffeine products such as this, okay? That helps a little bit, but what we also wanna be using, so if you're about to like jump in a bathing suit, you could do a caffeine, you can start doing the caffeine products, but you also wanna use a retinoid. So retinoids help as well, because when you're bringing the surface area down, you're making the valley a little less noticeable. So, and retinoids are just great. Number one anti-aging ingredient in all anti-aging skincare. So you definitely want to add a retinoid, and your skin doesn't just stop here. It's our largest organ. If you're going to use a retinoid on your whole body. Okay? I like this one. This is by Josie Marin. I don't know. It's a whipped argan pro retinol body butter, but this one I really like as well. This is by Drunk Elephant. This is a TLC glycolic body lotion. So any of these I did a whole live on which chemical peel is right for you. Chemicals like the AHAs and the BHAs on your whole body will help with the appearance of cellulite, just like, sorry, my nose is running. Just like when you're doing the caffeine creams, those also help a little bit, okay? So I like this one as well. This is the perfect body lotion with glycolic acid. This is great in exfoliation. Anytime we're exfoliating the top layer, we're decreasing cellulite a little bit. So again, multiple modalities, right? So caffeine cream acts as a diuretic, glycolic and retinoids act to decrease that top layer. So those are the creams, but creams alone are not gonna do it. There is a do-it-yourself coffee scrub. So coffee's got caffeine in it. You could add 1 cup of ground coffee, a 1/2 cup of coconut oil, 2/3 cup coarse sugar, make that into a paste, rub it on your legs. So it works the same. That's a do-it-yourself at home. It works the same as like a caffeine cream, but you're also getting the exfoliation from the sugar and from the coffee. So if anybody's into that stuff, into the do-it-yourself, there you go. Okay, next is physical manipulation. And what I mean by that, hi everybody, by the way. What about microneedling with caffeine cream? I'm gonna get to the microneedling in a second. I would not microneedle with cream. So don't look at the video that I did on my stomach, because I've been doing this for a long time, but you increase your rate of infection if you're pushing a product into your skin. Yes, that's right, Glow Up Community UK. That's the one I just showed. But we'll get to there. So physical manipulation. This is a physical manipulation. This is the Fascia Blaster by Alicia Black. Good for her for making this. This product is all over the place. And this works by, let me just stand up. You guys, you're never gonna get me on this where I am determined to look my best, because you guys don't learn from that. So I'm gonna show you my cellulite. I'm gonna come on when I still got a damaged nose here, recovering from microneedling. So you're gonna see it all. This is how we roll here, okay? But with this, you're looking at these little nodules here, and you're literally pressing this super hard. Now you want you'd want like a hyaluronic acid or a cream. You could even do a caffeine cream and really get in there. My problem with this and why I stopped using it is that I found that I had a little bit of a broken blood vessel. And so if you are prone to, small capillaries or broken blood vessels, you have to do this really hard. And because there's nodules, you're not getting like somebody said the small teeth is better. Great, that's fantastic. So that's a tip for everybody. Use the smaller teeth, because this is what I found with this. I had actually like a little bit of a broken blood vessel. So I stepped away from this, but you could do things like dry brushing. Again, physical manipulation. So the one that I use, this is on my, my brain. It's on my Amazon storefront. So the link in my bio on my linked tree, you'll see the little Amazon icon. A lot of what I talk about in here, I put on my Amazon store, so it's easy for you guys to find it. Amazon doesn't really pay crap, but anyways, it's on there for you guys to find it. This is the one that I like. It's by Mio, and I like it because it's got the little plastic nodules along with the dry brushing. So I did a whole tutorial on YouTube about dry brushing that gives you the whole thing of what I do every day. Every day I do this. Every day. Before I jump in a freezing cold shower in the morning, 3 minutes, I dry brush. So it's waking up the skin, but it's also exfoliating. It's also lymphatically draining. So you've got like your lymphatic system that's right underneath the skin, and when you're pushing this towards your lymph nodes, you're lymphatically draining. So there's a couple different ways that you can do that, but dry brushing has been like one of those things that I love. This one's by Sephora. It's a little scratchier. Sometimes I'll use this on my thighs that have, it's more meaty, so I like this. Okay, going on. Where is the thing? Shoot. Well, I had a thing of cupping, but cupping works as well. But again, you have to make sure that you start, that you're doing it in a way that it's not going to be breaking capillaries. So you have to be careful of that. If you're prone to that, you want to step away from that. Now, once you've got the broken capillaries, they're pretty easy to fix with injections, but you don't really want to go down that thing. Somebody said, got my brushes and started dry brushing tonight. Yay! That's okay. And that is the ingredients for the homemade do-it-yourself coffee scrub. Okay, we're gonna move on. Gosh, let me grab that cupping thing real quick. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Okay. So I have the cupping here. In fact, let's do this as a giveaway. Let's do a couple things as a giveaway. Let's do, let's do the exfoliating mitts, and let's do this cupping thing. This is brand new. I haven't used it, but I did open it because I want to show you guys what it is. So these are the little cups. There's various sizes in here. And what you do is you'll put on a cream or a hyaluronic acid or something like that. You cup and then you slide. So it's kind of like a lymphatic drainage like you would do with a body roller. This is the Nurse Jamie body roller. So this works also to kind of, push everything, the lymphatic system, push all that fluid, that excess fluid towards your lymph nodes, which then gets rid of it, right? So this, again, physical manipulation. So it's something that we're literally having to do to our bodies. When I travel, the things that I travel with, because, I'm normally spray tanned if I travel, or I'll use like like an at-home spray tan thing. I travel with this. Let's just say if I'm on a beach, I travel with this. I travel with my self tanner, but this is like, right before you've already done all of this stuff, but right before you get in a suit or you put on a mini skirt, if you want to just lymphatically drain and get all of that fluid, it does again, because we're working on that lymphatic system, it does help to decrease the surface, right? So it just makes those mattress pad effect a little bit less noticeable because you've gotten rid of the fluid. It's like getting rid of fat, but it's not. It's like getting rid of fat, but it's not. So it takes this down a little bit, if that makes sense to everybody. Do you have a video on how to lymphatic massage? I don't, but I do have a video on dry brushing, and I do have a video on foam rolling, which if I have time, I'll show you my whole foam rolling routine because it's pretty amazing. Okay, this is what is up for grabs. Do I want to put this up for grabs? I don't think so because I just opened it. Let's not do that. Let me figure out, as I go along, let me figure out what I'm gonna, oh, I know. Let's do these two. This is what is up for grabs, okay? So you've got an exfoliating body mitt. Again, anytime that you're doing something, you're exfoliating from the surface. It's not a lot of difference, but it is a difference, and you want to consistently do that. So exfoliating body mitt and this body lotion, the perfect body lotion with glycolic acid, azelaic acid, antioxidant, brighter, softer, more youthful skin. This is what's up for grabs, okay? So your first way to do that is invite your 3 people with that little send button. And then when I post it to my site, tag 3 more people, and then you're just comment, because that increases your chances. And the winner of last week, which was the glycolic glow, was at iBarony. So get in touch with me. I'll send this to you. It's costing me a fortune really to send stuff in the mail because I have to pay for the shipping, but that's okay. I'm getting the stuff for free. I want you guys to be able to try it. Moving on. Okay, so we talked about the fascia blaster. We talked about the Nurse Jamie body. Again, this is all physical manipulation. We talked about cupping, which again, I'm not a huge fan of because again, you're sucking the skin up. So think of it as a hickey, but it's not really a hickey. There's easier ways to lymphatically drain and not have that risk of broken capillaries, which gets worse when we get older, right? The broken capillaries get worse when we get older. So my favorites are the dry brushing, the roller, I'm obsessed with this, and the foam rolling, which hopefully I'll get to do a foam rolling routine. Foam rolling, let me grab my device. Foam rolling is the cheapest and easiest way to make a difference, not only in the appearance of cellulite, but in the health of the overall area, right? Because you're actually working on the bands. You're not just lymphatically draining, although you are. You're working on stretching those bands. And if anybody has ever foam rolled, you'll know it's a little bit painful. If you're doing it right, it hurts. And that's like really stretching out those bands. And the way that I kind of discovered this was I used to go to this gym, and every time before workout, he would demand that everybody spend 5 minutes foam rolling. And I realized after going 3 days a week and foam rolling for at least 5 or 10, because I'm one of the first ones in a gym. I don't know why. I like to pick my spot. But I realized my cellulite was getting better. And so I started doing it at home. It's super cheap, you guys. It's super cheap. It's super effective. Okay, so those are my favorite in terms of like the whole physical manipulation. But let me tell you a little bit about this because I get a lot of questions about this. This is the Glow 910 Plus. I do think it is on my linked tree under Darnell's favorites. The code is Darnell, which is weird because I never use that code. That's how long I've been working with this company. But I love this because the teeth, and I'm going to show you this. This is not going to be one of my more pretty shots, but I'm going to show you how this works. I love the dry brushing on this too. It's kind of like you're going in a car wash. It just buffs the hell out of you. They have the rollers, which kind of warm up the area and really lymphatic drain, but it's the teeth that gets in there and really starts working on those bands. So I'm just going to show you, there's red light involved as well. But again, I don't think when you're working with a device like this and you're moving the device a lot, you can get your red light therapy in in more effective ways than a device like this. So sometimes people just add red light therapy onto something. You don't know if it's a therapeutic wavelength. I don't know if this is therapeutic wavelength, so I don't mess around. I also do red light therapy in like these kind of, oops, it's coming. These kind of big devices and the masks, right? So this is like a go big or go home in terms of red light therapy, and this is in the therapeutic wavelength, and this is by Platinum LED. So this is also in my linked tree under Darnell's favorites, as well as the Glow 910. But I want to show you really quickly what this, like how much this manipulates. So this is not gonna be pretty, guys, not gonna be pretty, but you can see that? Holy shit, right? So you're doing a lot. So when you're doing this and you're going towards this way, you're working with those bands, you're waking up that muscle, you're lymphatically draining. This is a powerful machine. And I love the fact that it actually plugs in with a super long cord, because you're not you can't charge this. You would never get the power from this. So if you're interested in this, look on that link tree under Darnell's favorites. If you want a code for this, the code is Darnell, 2 L's, Darnell. It doesn't hurt. It actually feels really good. This is the Glow 910 Plus, Tiffany. And I love it. So it does have a bunch of different attachments, which is very, very easy to do. This dry brush, man, I'm going to tell you right now, you will not get a better dry brushing experience. I don't really want to put it on my skin right now. Well, it's fine. I mean, it's pretty amazing. But when you're talking about cellulite, yes, this also works. But the main thing is this teeth. And right now, I just did that one little section of my leg, and my leg in that section feels awakened. If that makes sense. Okay, so we're moving on. Those are my favorites in terms of physical manipulation. But in office, when you're talking about physical manipulation, you're talking about endermology, right? So anytime that that's kind of sucking it up and it's rolling and it's really working on the actual fascia, these big connective tissue, the connective bands that connect the epidermis with the muscle. So that's what those physical manipulations are actually working on. Okay, let's move on. Now we're talking about, I want to talk about what is oftentimes mistaken for cellulite, but I really do think that it's a type of cellulite, is, you know, when you've got those long, it almost looks like stretch marks, like you used to have a big muscle or used to have, you know, be pregnant, and then it goes away and you've got the long kind of white, faint marks. That is not gonna really work with some of these kind of things. It's just not. So in cases like that, you need to build the muscle up. So that is like a loss of volume that happens. So you want to build that muscle back up. So lifting weights, doing your squats, doing something in office like M-Sculpt that is like 30,000 contractions in 30 minutes. Things like that can build that area back up, and then you still do all the other stuff. You still do the dry brushing. You still do the retinoids. You're still doing, you know, the physical manipulation stuff, but it's those kind of things that really help to build that muscle up. Okay, that was M-Sculpt, red light therapy. So how does red light therapy help? Red light therapy increases circulation and decreases inflammation. So if you're in that therapeutic wavelength, which is 630 to 680, was it 630 to 680 and 800 to 880? I think that's it. Yeah. That's it. 630 to 680 and 800 to 880. Those are the red and near infrared wavelengths that are therapeutic, that are known, proven to increase circulation, to increase, a lot of different stuff. It decreases inflammation, increases circulation, actually helps boost your mood, and is just, it's basically energizes your whole body on a cellular level at the ATP. So mitochondrial ATP stimulation. It's like, so this is such a powerful device in terms of like not just the appearance of your exterior skin, but your overall health as well. So that's why I love that. Yes, M-Sculpt is like the thing that helps with muscle building. So you can put it on your abdomen, they can put them on your bum, and you go into an office and it really builds that muscle up in a way that nobody would be able to do in a gym. So if you've got that kind of cellulite that looks like deflated tissue, if you've lost weight rapidly, if you're on the like Ozempic shot and you've lost that weight quickly, you'll get like those long kind of faint white lines that you need to build back up. So there's a couple different ways you can build it back up. That's M-Sculpt. And a little bit of red light therapy will help stimulate that situation because that's decreasing the inflammation. Okay, let me see what else I had. Okay, let's work on the surface now, because somebody had asked about the Dr. Pen M8, which I do a lot of content about this device, not with the company that I used to work with because they never paid me. So I am like in a little bit of an argument with them, and if I can get them to actually call me back. So this is just on my Amazon store. So when you hit that linked tree, you'll see the little Amazon icon. It's in there. It's $1.99. I love it because it comes with sterile needles. So when you are doing anything to the surface, you're also helping with the appearance of cellulite. So this does stimulate collagen. Now we're looking at the skin. When you're stimulating collagen and you're getting that skin plumper, anytime you're still stimulating collagen, you're plumping the skin up. You're plumping the skin up. It's going to get that a little bit smoother on the surface. So I like microneedling for that as well. And so I did that live last week where I did a 2.0 on my thighs, which I would not recommend for you guys to start out with because I'm still kind of in that recovery phase right now, and it's 1 week. And normally I like to be completely healed from microneedling within 3 or 4 days because I blast it with some red light therapy. I double up on my collagen. So that's according to my protocol. If you guys don't have my protocol already, make sure that you DM me the word protocol and I will get this to you. It is an automated system. So the automated system will automatically, once you sign up for the newsletter, it will automatically send you this in your inbox. You need to check your spam, okay? Because it is automated and it's probably gonna go to your spam first. So check that before you ask me again for it, please. Just because my DMs are like insanity right now. They're just insanity, which I love, and I'm super grateful for. Thank you guys. Okay, so let's see. We are doing, so we just talked about microneedling. Chemical peels also work. So again, all of those kind of retinoids and chemical peels also work. That's working from the outside. Can you put retinol on after microneedling? No, I would not suggest that. I would not suggest that at all. And the reason is because it's the pens that do the work. They're creating the microtraumas, calling on your own body to come to the rescue and make collagen and elastin, which is going to make the cellulite look a lot better, right? So collagen and elastin will help because we've got a decrease in collagen and elastin after the age of 25. And then when you hit menopause, falls off a cliff. So anytime we can stimulate collagen and elastin, we're improving the overall look of the skin. So when you're doing this, you're creating these microtraumas. It's the microtraumas that do the work, not the skincare that's going to penetrate that little tiny bit deeper. So when you do that, when you add this kind of intense kind of skincare afterwards, you increase your risk of infection, and you lengthen your recovery time. So post microneedling, I just put a little bit of extra hyaluronic acid. I leave the blood, little droplets of blood. I leave it. CO2 laser, love it. But you leave that little droplets of blood. Spritz it with a little bit of mineral water for a little bit, as long as you can. And then in a couple hours, I rinse it with cool water. And then I wait until right before I go to bed, and then I'll start putting Aquaphor. So it gives it time to kind of seal that back up. So somebody said radio frequency. I was just gonna get to that. Radio frequency does help with cellulite. It's true. It helps with cellulite because it's heating that dermis up to a temperature of 40 to 42 degrees Celsius. And in doing that, that's collagen stimulation and restructuring. So it degrades the collagen first, and then it builds it back up and restructures it. You do not want to do this more than a couple times a week if you're 50 or older. If you're 40, you can do it once a week. Check out my protocol. There is a method to the madness. So when on the days that you're doing radio frequency on your face, guess what? That's the time to do it on your body as well. So when I'm doing my radio frequency on my face, which is twice a week, I do radio frequency every Wednesday and every Saturday. Again, DM me protocol if you want this protocol. But there's a reason for that. You don't want to do it on consecutive days. I'm over the age of 50, so twice a week is great for me. But on those days, especially on the Saturday, I will take this device, I'll do my whole treatment, and then I will take this device downstairs with a little bit of a conductive gel, because you do need conductive gel, and I'll be in some short shorts, laying up, just sitting on a towel, watching Netflix or whatever, and I will be doing my thighs with this. So you have to keep the device moving. Make sure that you watch that live on radio frequency, because what you don't want to do is make it worse. This device I love in terms of like body, rather than, hold on, let me get the other one. Rather than devices like this is the Polar, the tripolar. You see how small the surface area is compared to this? So what you don't want to do with radio frequency at home is use a small head. Because if you use a small head and you get right in there in one of those dents, you could potentially be making it worse. So you want to use as big of a head as you can, which is why I love this. And this also has electric muscle stimulation. So I love this for the whole body. But you could do your stomach, you could do your abdomen with this, you could do your whole thighs with this. You just keep the device moving right above your knees. All of that is good. Which one? Oh, that's the big one. This is the Lumo. This is the Lumo by Even Skin. It's on my linked tree in Darnell's favorites, but you can also just DM me radio frequency and I'll send you this. I think the code is, I don't even know. Is it 10 Live Young? Live Young 10? I think it's Live Young 10. Yeah, I think that's it. Anyways, it's Live Young 10. This is for the face. This is radio frequency for the face, but this also works well for the body. And I like this for the body in comparison to other radio frequency at-home devices because the head of this is very big. So you can actually make a big difference in cellulite while using this. Consistency is key though, you guys. Would you go to the gym one time and think you're doing something? No, right? Because your muscles then just go back to the way they were. Consistency, which is why I have the protocol. So all of this stuff that I do, somebody asked me on the last live, are you just doing, beauty treatments all day long? No, I don't do beauty treatments more than I want to say 20 to 30 minutes a day. That's it, because it's all in here. The reason why it doesn't take me long, because I know exactly what the hell I'm doing every single day. And if you are going to spend 20 minutes in the gym, can you spend 25 minutes on radio frequency? I think you can. So that's what I do. I look at this like the gym. You don't want to just work out once, but when you're working out consistently, you can make a difference, right? When you're doing things consistently, dry brushing for me is daily. Radio frequency for me, we're just talking cellulite now. Radio frequency is twice a week for me. Glycolic acids and retinoids in my skincare for my full body is almost daily, unless I'm spray tanned, but it's almost daily. Microneedling on my legs is once a month above my knee. That's where I've got cellulite. I want to do that crepey skin, but I also have cellulite on my thighs. And so I microneedle once a month. All of these things together, it's the combination that really makes a difference. Okay. The only thing that's in my protocol that I'm like, that just doesn't work. It doesn't do shit. And I don't want to like even talk about that is microcurrent. I was trying to look for my body microcurrent device. I have a body microcurrent device and it's just like, I don't see a difference. I don't see how that can help, but radio frequency, 100%. It's going way deeper. It's going way deeper. So I'd rather do this and then switch it over to the EMS mode, which also has radio frequency on it. So if you're interested in this device, you can either look in my link tree and get it from there, or you can just DM me radio frequency and I'll send it to you. Okay, moving on. Yeah, microcurrent, I said not really. So in-office procedure, the Quo, which Nurse Jamie talked about, name retinoids for the body, please. This one I love. And I think this has already been named in the chat. I also like Drunk Elephant, but honestly, what you can do, and this is a good question. I'm so glad you asked it. You can take a prescription strength retinoid. I got this from, this is Retin-A, tretinoin, a 0.05. I got this from Mexico. Anytime you're like at an airport in Mexico, grab a couple things of this. And somebody said the microneedling pen again. This is the Dr. Pen M8. It's in my Amazon store. The link is in my bio. You can take a prescription strength retinoid and any cream, any body cream that you have, don't throw it away. You add like a drop of this, put it here, then put dots all over where it's going to go, and then follow up with the moisturizer, or you can blend it together on the back of your hand. So any moisturizer can be turned into a retinoid just by using this. That's your most economical way to do that. You're so welcome. Okay. The Quo, which was, everybody was like, oh my God, there's a cellulite shot. I can't wait to get it. Oh, if I could like go back in time and hold off on the newest, latest, greatest serious treatments that are in office, I wish I could, because, being the first in line sometimes is fantastic and so fun. But also you're like a little bit of a guinea pig. So I did have a little fat pad that was melted by an RF device in office where the settings were too high. The Quo shot for cellulite, it was supposed to be like this big breaking thing. And they've now taken it off the market. And the reason is because it leaves big bruises for a very long period of time. And so if you think that your cellulite was going to stop you from getting into that bikini, wait till you got a bruise this size on your ass. And then, you don't really want to do that anymore. So that's the least of your worries, is the cellulite. So they took the Quo off the market, but one of the other in-office treatments that is really showing promising, not only RF, so RF, the Morpheus 8 is showing promising with some promise with cellulite, because it's RF with the microneedles that go deep, and then it shoots out the RF. So that's helping a lot in terms of cellulite. And the Secrets RF by Cutera is also helping a lot. So it's kind of like the competitor to Morpheus 8. But a Sculptra injection. So if you do a Sculptra injection, Sculptra is not a filler. It is a collagen stimulator. It's super expensive. So if you want to know why all the celebrities they're not showing off their cellulite, it's because they're getting Sculptra injections, which costs a fortune, you guys. It costs a fortune. If you're really going to treat the area, it costs a fortune. So what they do is they inject Sculptra into the area, and then underneath here, where you've got the bands, they'll inject it in, and then they'll take that needle and try to break those bands up, which releases it and pops it back up. So that's the Sculptra injections. It's a collagen stimulator mixed with just a saline solution. It gets injected in, then they take that little needle and try to break some of these bands up, and it pops it back up. And then the saline solution dissolves into your body. What you're left with is these little tiny crystals, and the crystals work to stimulate your collagen. So it calls on your own body. Your body thinks like, what is this going on in here? I need to like build some stuff around it. So it goes in and helps to stimulate collagen elastin. And that's how the Sculptra injections work. Super expensive. When I say expensive, I mean like your legs could cost upwards of $2,500 for sure. And it takes multiple treatments. Now, if you've only got you've got like one dimple on your ass or something, and you're like, I'm going to do this, then that can be something that is viable because you're only going to do that one spot a couple different times. But if you're one of those people that has kind of this uniform, like it's all over the uniform kind of cellulite, you're talking thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. The Quo has been banned, so they're no longer doing the Quo, Globe Community UK. The Quo has been banned, at least here in the States. They're not doing it anymore because the bruising it's worse than the actual cellulite. So they stopped doing it. They're doing more radio frequency treatments in office. They're still doing endermology, which I love. Lymphatic drainage, plus it's kind of working on those bands a little bit. And they're doing the Sculptra injections. The celebrities are doing Sculptra injections. And it works. I'm not gonna lie, it works. It works, but it's super expensive. Okay, Selfina was the one where they would put this round device on the cellulite. It would go into the skin. The dermatologist or a surgeon would twist it. It would cut those bands. So it was literally just cutting these bands. Again, it's a little bit expensive, but they're finding that the Sculptra injections, by going in and manipulating that needle, is working just as good, and it's also a collagen stimulator, so it's working a little bit better. Okay, so now we're at the fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it, you guys. A self tanner goes a long way. Self-tanner goes a long way, so I'll give you my favorites. Self tanner, helps. It just kind of diminishes the appearance and evens out the skin tone and texture. Not the texture, but it gives that illusion. So I like this. This is the one I'm using right now. This is Tanologist Self Tan Mousse Extra Dark. Comes with the glove, or maybe I had to buy the glove extra. I think I have this on my Amazon. You'll have to check. And then the coverage thing, which is like body makeup. This is by Westmore, not affiliated at all, you guys. But this is by Westmore, Lasting Effects. It's body coverage perfector. It's illuminator and camouflage. I get it in natural radiance, and then I buy this big brush. I only use this if I'm going to like a big event, if there's something super special to go to, because it's waterproof. So you're blocking all your pores. You're not able to use retinoids. You can't really dry brush over the top of this. And so you need to use a baby oil or like an oil base to try to get this off before then you can go back into your skincare stuff. But if you're gone for like a weekend and you want to look good in your bathing suit, and you want to feel a little bit more confident in terms of the evenness of your skin tone and diminishing cellulite, this works great in a short term. I would not use this every day. Who's the brush? This comes with it. It's the same, not comes with it, but you buy it right along it's Westmore Beauty, so you buy it at the same time. This, I believe, is in my Amazon store, I think. Okay, that's it. Do I have anything else? How are we doing on time? Okay, do you guys want to see a foam rolling routine? Is that something you guys are interested in? Because I could always do that. Again, if you guys want to be in the drawing, make sure, what are you tattooing in that comment? Let me just scroll back and see if we had any questions that I can think of. Hold on. Glow Up Community, you are just killing it with these answers. I love it. Somebody said stretch marks. Remember, stretch marks are a little bit different than cellulite. Although a lot of times we think of stretch marks as cellulite, that's when you've lost weight or you were pregnant and the pregnancy goes down. People get them on their arms, their tush, their legs. It's a fluctuation of weight without a lot of stretchability in those bands, right? Because how much our skin has elastin also contributes to those kind of stretch marks. My favorite things for stretch marks, retinoids and Dr. Pen M8. You can use this right on top of stretch marks. And I think that this works fantastic. Dry brushing, not really, because you're looking at lymphatic drainage. And when it comes to stretch marks, this kind of stuff, I mean, all of this stuff is for the health of your skin, you guys, okay? The health of your skin. So whether you have stretch marks or not, if you're one of the 5% that has no cellulite and no stretch marks, you should still be dry brushing because you're exfoliating. So it's a physical way to get, this is a chemical way to exfoliate. This is a physical way to exfoliate. This one is from Sephora. This is very scratchy. Sometimes I will use this on my thighs and above my knee because it gives a little bit more of a rough thing and my skin is thicker there. So I like to use this, but normally this is on the side of my bathtub, and every time before I take a freezing cold shower in the morning, because I'll do like a glycolic or a retinoid on my body at night, and in the morning I will do a freezing cold shower for 3 minutes, which really, my Oura Ring really thinks it's a workout. That's how much a cold shower helps your metabolism, and it's kind of a shock to your skin as well. But I use this while I'm making the water temperature as cold as it can be. I'm using this for 3 minutes. I can get my whole body done in a dry brush in 3 minutes. I've been doing this for a long time. You will too. If you think that this takes a long time, you just got to get used to it. This is a daily thing, absolutely daily thing, okay? With this, so this is stretch marks. This, again, once a month. You don't want to do this more than once a month. And with stretch marks, you could do RF as well. And red light therapy. So all of those work. All of those work with stretch marks, okay? But retinoids, for sure. You want to do retinoids for sure. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else? I could do a foam rolling thing. What are you tattooing in the comment? I don't know what that means. Sorry. If you guys have just joined me, if you guys have just joined me, make sure that you invite your 3 people here with that little send button to be in the drawing. This week, you will be getting this exfoliating mitt. Great. And this, I love this lotion, by the way. This is by the Perfect Derma. This is the Perfect Body Lotion with glycolic acid, azelaic acid, antioxidant, brighter, smoother skin. This also helps, all of this stuff helps a little bit, you guys. There's no cure for cellulite. So part of us as women, if you are a woman in America and you've not done your body work, it's a miracle, because all of us have to. We're just bombarded by like what we're supposed to look like. Well, I say fuck that, honestly. But at the same time, it has to do with what we do with our day. So if our cottage cheese thighs are changing, what we do with that day, whether we're putting on a bathing suit and jumping in the water, whether we're wearing that mini skirt that we have loved, that we're like, every time we put it on, we're like, damn, just the cellulite drives me crazy. If that is your concern, not cheating off your neighbor's paper, not looking at what everybody else is doing, but you have an issue with that and it's changing what you do with that day, that's when I say we do a little bit of both. We accept that we are not in the 95%, and we step it up and do shit that kind of works as well, because we want to feel better about ourselves. So we do a little bit of both. Who wants to see a quick foam rolling thing? I don't know if you guys want to, but I think everybody pretty much knows how to foam roll. Okay, anything else? Oh, in terms of tomorrow, so I will be doing a live tomorrow. I'm actually leaving right after this to go to a surprise retirement party. I just know he's not ever going to be on Instagram, so I can say it. I have a surprise retirement party to go to for my cousin in Chowchilla. So that's like a 4.5 hour drive. But on the way home tomorrow at 11 a.m., I'm going to be doing another live. And I don't know if it depends on what time I get in the car. If I'm going to do it in the car, I'm going to talk about how you protect your skin during travel. If I'm still at my mom's house and I'm packing up, I'm gonna be doing it on how you change your skincare when you travel. Somebody asked about hair fall. I want to let you guys know. Well, first of all, protocol doesn't cost you anything. I give so much shit away for free. It's ridiculous. That's why you know, if you guys bought a badge or you joined the club, that's how I make money. Or creating content, which I'm trying to get away from affiliate marketing because I really like the education part, but also I do one-on-one consultations. So if you think that you've learned something from these lives, just wait till I get you one-on-one, because we will start with skincare, but we will also talk about your diet. We'll also talk about optimal weight, because if you think being in your optimal weight does not affect cellulite, you're wrong. Because when we start, when we increase the adipose tissue, when we're increasing the fat, the bands still pull down. And so if you lost weight, now cellulite happens whether you're, in people that are 200 pounds and people that are 120 pounds. It has to do with this thickness of the band, that pulling of the band, the tightness of the band. But when you increase fat in here, what happens? You're increasing the mattress effect. So getting to your optimal weight, not what Kardashians are currently doing, but what is the healthiest for you. When you get to your healthiest, makes a difference in terms of how cellulite shows up on your body. So make sure you invite your 3 people. I've got this. If anybody wants to, somebody just asked, what is smart lipo? Smart lipo is lipo. Okay. If nobody's doing smart lipo these days, they've got old machines. It's just lipo. It's just lipo. That's all I would say. I mean, it's lipo with added RF so that it's tightening the skin as they're taking the fat out. Does that mean that once they take the fat out and they tighten the skin that you're not going to have cellulite? Not really. It could be temporarily helped, but just reducing the fat, which I always suggest with a healthy diet, right? A healthy diet. What are you putting in your body? How are you fasting? How are you utilizing your How are you utilizing your fat, for energy? How are you making your body in a state of ketosis where these fat cells are not just accumulating, but they're using them for energy? Do you like fibroblast? You're talking about the little fibroblast thing. I don't think that works for cellulite, but I love it for around the eyes. I love it for the delicate area around the eyes. I haven't done it on my neck, but man, I'd love to try it on my neck. Okay, so do I do this whole foam rolling thing? Oh, what the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna do it. And then I gotta go. I started late. People that are just joining, I apologize. I'm gonna do a foam rolling demo right here. You'll need to go back and watch this live. My lives on Saturdays are always posted to my feed. And you do get to be entered into the drawing. This is what's in the drawing for this week. You invite your 3 people here. Once it gets in the feed, you tag 3 people and then you comment away. It increases your chances. Okay. I almost feel like I need to change my pants real quick. If you guys can hold on for 1 second, because I don't want to do this in short shorts because it is live and I don't really want to flash anybody. So give me a second and I'll be right back. Okay. And then we'll do yes, I am changing off of screen right now. We'll do a little bit of a foam rolling and then I'll let you guys go and I'll get ready to jump in the car and drive for 4.5 hours. Okay, we're back. All right, let me see if I can move you guys over here. Oh my God, if I dump my mushroom coffee again, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, let's see. Can I get this to where it'll stay? Yay, okay. Sorry, you guys. Let's see if I can do this. I don't know if this is gonna show up, but we will try and see what happens. Okay. If you have a foam roller thing and it's like this, I don't know how anybody uses this. If anybody knows what this is for, please let me know, because how do you fit your leg on this? I mean, this is made for, unless I'm using this wrong, I don't use this one. I use this, which I love. Oh gosh, I hope, let me see, maybe I can do this. Maybe, okay. Let me see if maybe I can bring you guys along this way. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna take you off your little stand here. I'm gonna move you over here. Got a different system. Let me see if I can show you. There we go. Oh, look at that. Okay, we're doing it. Okay. Hi, everybody. For those of you just joining, I'm sorry. You don't know what's going on, but we're talking about cellulite, and this is literally one of the cheapest way that I know and most effective. And the reason why I discovered this, well, not only does it show in the literature, but also a weightlifting instructor, did somebody just take a picture? A weightlifting instructor had made us do this prior to every workout that we did. I think my ring light just cut out, but that's okay. So I want to show you what I do. So I start on my bum and just roll back and forth. I like to put one foot up because it puts more pressure. So I kind of lean to the left and roll out that bum. Now you think that this doesn't hurt, but it does. It does. So you're working on those fibrous bands that is those connective tissues, right? So it does help with lymphatic drainage, but you're squishing those bands. So now I'll go on this right cheek. Again, for those of you just joining, I apologize. This is probably not a good thing to like just jump on a live when somebody's rolling out. Okay, I go all the way down. So we're doing the back of my thighs. And I like to do it with one leg. Again, you're putting extra weight and pressure. I'm gonna do an abbreviated version of this, meaning normally I would probably do 20 or so going back and forth, but I'm just gonna do like around 10. So now I'm on the other leg. For those of you guys commenting, I can't see anything, so I apologize, but I'm just gonna quickly go through this. Okay, and then, wow, I really got dressed in a hurry off camera. You think you get me all put together, you guys, but you don't. Okay, this is the one that I really love. So this is on the side. Most of us get our cellulite on the side of our thigh, right? So put all your weight on one, and you're gonna roll it just like that. And so you're getting those IT bands. It hurts, you guys. This is not, you know, a walk in the park, because you're doing something. You're really working on that connective tissue. So it's lymphatic drainage. It's actually fat stimulation as well, in terms of just like waking up that whole area, circulation. And it's like, what? It's like 20 bucks for a foam roller on Amazon. And I've had this one for probably, I wanna say 15 years. Okay, so then I'm gonna take that same leg, so I'm still on my left leg. I'm on my left thigh. Can you guys see that? Holy shit, it really hurts. All of that weight is on my left thigh right now. Ow. Ow. Okay, I'm gonna switch over here to the right thigh. Again, I'm doing an abbreviated version of this. Normally I would probably do 20 rolls on each of these. So I'm making sure I get all the way up to the front of that. And then you can do two of them together, but again, you're not putting as much weight. I'm gonna switch over to this side. Sorry, you guys have to see my backside, but that's all I got. Okay, I guess I could turn over. Okay, so I'm just rolling it here. see you guys again. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You can try to get on the inner thigh, but I don't really have a lot of cellulite on that inner thigh, but you can. See? It just takes a little bit of arm strength, but you can. So if you do this after you work out or before you work out, and you just make it a thing, almost every gym has a foam roller, right? It does. So now we're getting on the inside of this one. Again, I'm not going to do this for very long because, you know, but you get the idea. Those are all of the positions. Okay. For those of you just joining going, what the hell is that woman doing? I was foam rolling because we're talking about cellulite. So that's it. That's all I got for today, you guys. Stacy Leonardo, hi. You just came in. If you want to be in the drawing, I just did like a little foam rolling thing. If you want to be in the drawing, you got to invite your 3 people and then tag 3 people when I post it. How often do you use red light and for how long? You guys, it's on my protocol. It's on this protocol, okay? So I use red light. I'll show you. I microneedle every Sunday. On Monday, because I'm healing from the microneedling, wherever it is in my, whatever part I am microneedling. When is better for foam rolling, before or after you work out? You know, it's better when you can do it, Karen. So whenever you can do it. If you feel like you want to get in the gym and you just want to go, great. Spend 10 minutes afterwards and foam roll. If you get to the gym early, you're waiting for a class, grab the foam roller. Whenever it's going to fit into your schedule, that's when you want to do it. I kind of associate it with a workout. Oh my God, see, kind of like, that's not easy. But I associate it with a workout, so I either do it before or after, depending on like how much time I have before or after. On Mondays, so on Sundays I microneedle. On Mondays I do red light therapy mass. On Tuesdays I do the full body panel, which I showed you guys earlier. On Wednesdays I do radio frequency. Thursdays is red light therapy again. Fridays is microcurrent. Saturday is radio frequency. So DM me the word protocol and I'll get this to you. Okay, you guys, I gotta go. I'm jumping in a car. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.